and welcome to another episode of From the Pink Seats podcast here on the State of Louisville Podcast Network. I'm producer Keith. With me, as always, Vince Lococo. And folks, we're going to be recapping the Pitt game today. Now, before we dive into that, I want to go ahead give a shout out. Those of you watching us on X, be sure to give us a follow at State of Lou, at Pink Seats Pod, at producer_Keith, at Vincent Lococo. And if you want to, hop in and join the chat, come on over to the YouTube channel, the State of Louisville YouTube channel. There will be a live broadcast up where you can watch as well. And you can join the Pink Seats Party Deck and hop in and join the conversation. We've had folks already hopping in, making some comments. We've got Presley, we got Patrick, we got Antipas, and Vince, your microphone is going crazy right now, dude. Hold on. I'm gonna take you down a notch.
Oops.
Yo, your microphone level's going nuts. So I dragged you down. I think it's coming out okay now, but whoo, that threw me off, man. But yeah, hop into the Pink Seats Party Deck, join the conversation. We've got Patrick, we've got Press, we've got Antipas, and we have got a great show lined up for you today. And if you enjoy talking Louisville and want to hop in with us, be sure to hop into the 1912 Society Discord. If you're asking yourself, what's a Discord? It's essentially like a more streamlined, easier to manage, easier to access, move around version of your favorite internet message boards. We've got separate little areas for every different Louisville sport. We got a general board. We got a gambling board. We've got football, men's, women's basketball. We've got golf, volleyball. If it's a Louisville sport, we've got a board for it. And we've got other fun conversations you can hop in and join as well. The 1912 Society Discord, it's a place designed by Louisville fans for Louisville fans. Go on in, hop in, join the conversation. So, Vince, how was the wedding weekend?
Do I sound all right? Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, loud and clear. I've just got the microphone.
The wedding weekend. Yes? No?
Yep, we're good. Let it rock.
The wedding weekend was fun. Honestly, it's always fun being in one of your best friend's weddings, obviously. It's even more fun watching the UK fans watch, the cheer of football season get sucked out of their faces. That's always great too. Outside that, Keith, I did not get the chance to watch much football. So for me, it was definitely a down weekend of football. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see all these one score games, double odds, as our boy Biggie likes to put it in his Instagram videos. So I'm throwing the question right back at you. How was your college football weekend? It sounds like this is, right up your alley, your kind of weekend.
Oh, man, it was a spectacular weekend for college football. We started off with a big upset with Virginia knocking off Florida State at home in double overtime, committing what might be the fastest field storming I've ever seen in my life.
That was nuts.
That was nuts. Shout out Squirrel White for getting out of that safely. There was a camera shot, and I caught it live, and I thought it was hilarious. Dude just throwing a massive bird to Tommy Cutlets.
Did you see the other angle of that picture? The other angle of that got posted online. It's hilarious.
Oh, no.
The guy taking that picture of giving the middle finger to Thomas Castellanos.
Yeah.
How he's taking a picture. There's an actual, they posted the angle of the other one. So it's pretty funny. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah. I thought it was a bit of dork behavior, recording yourself while you do it. Like, if you're going to
fish, but
I mean, if you're going to throw a bird, throw a board, but also dorkish. It's University of Virginia. That checks out. And like, it just led into a constant, like, that set the tone. And then Arizona State TCU was another banger of a game. Houston played, like, every game Friday night was a 1-score game. It was fantastic watch. But you know what? We talked a little bit about Virginia, Florida State. Let's go ahead and dive into the around the ACC conversation, because not a ton of ACC games this weekend, but man, the ones we did have, they got weird. Georgia Tech got bailed out by the refs and barely survived against Wake Forest. Now, there's been some big controversy on this. I don't know if you saw anything, but it was like a third and short. Georgia Tech player jumps off sides. It's late in the game. Wake snaps the ball, assuming they got the offsides call because it was very obvious. So they free play, take a shot downfield. Don't get it, but they don't call the offsides. So then fourth down comes around. Georgia Tech ends up getting the ball back. They go down, score, take the game to overtime, and then Georgia Tech wins in overtime. So feel bad for the Deeks because that was a game that they kind of needed to have for just like expecting bowl contention this year. Because I like their coach. He's got stones too.
That win would look a lot. I mean, that would look good for them. That Georgia Tech win, that would look phenomenal for those guys. That's wild. I mean, it's very rarely you see an offsides not get called in this situation, Keith.
It was a tough one. But no, Jake Dickert, he's doing a dang good job with Wake Forest down there. That could be a good team in a few years. Duke gave Syracuse a reality check, smacked them boys in the Carrier Dome. It was rough.
All right, hand up. This was a game I was rooting for Duke. I was because Duke
I'm going to tell Austin you said that.
Because Duke has been proven to be frauds now, and Syracuse to me was the next one up to get their fraud checked, and it officially happened.
I'm telling Austin you said that. But that was a rough one. Virginia Tech, undefeated since they fired Brent Pry. That's kind of a fun little hinky dink. They beat NC State, who got a non-conference win against Virginia. And you know how you call Eli Drinkowitz like nerdy Scott Satterfield?
Great value Scott Satterfield, yes.
Great value Scott Satterfield. I think Dave Dorn is Super Saiyan Scott Satterfield because he has been making things awkward. Like, he's been winning just enough to make things awkward in Raleigh since like 2013. The man can't have a great or a terrible season.
That would make this show so awful if we just had that middle level coach for that long. I mean, we would just be pulling our hair out. You would have no hair left.
Oh, man. I'm already fighting a battle with this hairline. I've had a widow's peak like that since 5th grade, so
that's funny.
Let's go ahead, hop into the first reaction for the Pitt game. Pre-game, had some expectations. First road game of the season. Pitt, they coming off a bye week after a stinging rivalry game loss to West Virginia. Eli Holstein been throwing the ball around, only one game with interceptions, a defense that creates a lot of turnovers. I wasn't able to make it to the episode at Burn, my fat ass. I'm not allowed within 100 yards of a gym. Hot works. Pardon me.
Statement still stands.
So wasn't able to dive in, but was able to tune into a little bit of the preview pod. Agreed with a lot of what they were saying, but no, it was a really good defense that we were going to go up against. So it would be like, I was excited, but also terrified of us actually facing our first real test of the
terrified. You saw my text messages. Yeah. I mean, I was going into it. One, I wasn't going to be able to watch the entirety of the game on Saturday, so that was already giving me a panic attack. And then two, just seeing how relentless that Pitt defense played against their other three opponents this season was something for me that didn't give me a lot of confidence at all. Felt like all the things they did well, we did not do well. Yeah,
they're like our Wario.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
We got,
and it showed a lot in the first half, man. Whenever the run game was getting stalled, it was a lot of linebackers shooting gaps. A lot of what you saw versus JMU, where the Mike linebacker can just, I mean, it's a hell of a football play, and it's a hard block for the center to come off and peel off and get that guy. But these linebackers shooting gaps has clearly become a problem for this offensive line.
So, we'll talk about the O-line first. Are you hitting the panic button yet on the offensive line yet? Because I thought they were fine in pass pro. Like, first couple of series were a little shaky.
Right.
Still a lot of penalties, man. I think it was like 55 yards of penalties just on the offensive line alone. Run blocking's just non-existent at the moment.
I'm not hitting the panic. Yeah, I'm not panicking just yet, mainly because the second half did give me a lot of confidence in the team as a whole. But if they can just really play like they did in the second half. I mean, it's funny you say that, but it's I don't hit the panic button just yet. They've proven that something's there. They can figure it out. I don't know what it is, if they needed a kick in the butt, but it seems like they figured something out. Whatever it is, to give Miller Moss a little bit of extra time. Maybe it's leaving the running back in. Because, I mean, that's another thing, Keith, we're going to highlight later on in the show is we thought the running backs did well in the pass pro, which, I mean, if they can continue to stay in, you hate losing that receiving threat, but that would be huge.
Yeah, and that got debunked quickly. Well, there was at least one running back that really struggled in pass pro.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds
Guys
almost
did not do well in pass pro.
I'm going to go so far as to say in general, Isaac just was bad in this game. Bad in pass pro. He obviously didn't have it.
I appreciate you pushing. To go, but if you're that hurt, then sit. At the offensive line at the same time, Keith wasn't doing him any favors.
Oh, I
feel
agree
like it was
wholeheartedly
mainly
there.
stuff. There were cuts and plays in there that you and I could definitely see. The fans could see that, like, man, Isaac usually turns that into a longer run. He usually breaks that tackle. That speed didn't seem to be there this game, obviously.
Yeah, so I've reached the point where it's like, okay, I'm cool with you sitting until you get 100% right. Like Duke was playing banged up, and he still did a pretty solid job. Like, did better in pass pro than Isaac. Ran the ball more effectively than Isaac this game. Right. Hopefully, also, apparently it's Keon Brown. I'm still just shaken to my core by that. So hopefully getting Keon back. Yeah, exactly.
And I'll feel really good.
Were you surprised we didn't see any Braxton Jennings?
Not really, because if a guy like Duke is good enough to go, and he's good enough to go every snap, then you let him ride. You know, you don't want to take him and have him sit out, and whatever might be hurting him, whatever might be hindering him, that adrenaline kind of wear down. You start to get cold in between series. Now you're sitting out an offensive series and a defensive series. I'm a little surprised we didn't see him just sprinkled in there from here and there from time to time, Keith, but I'm not too surprised that he didn't get a handoff.
Yeah, I just thought with how banged up the room is, and honestly, just the field conditions as they normally are in Pittsburgh, they don't lend themselves to more speed running. Braxton's a banger, man. Let him tote the rock and lower his head and make something happen. I thought we might see him a little bit in this game. Disappointing not to, but hey, let the kid grow, let the kid develop. Takes time. I can't believe we've gone this far without saying it. The algorithm's going to love this. Miller Moss. While if you just followed social media during the game, you would have thought that Miller Moss was the worst quarterback on the planet Earth. And I was guilty of a little bit of emotional tweeting. I wasn't saying he sucks or put in Deuce or Brady or anything like that. But you go back and you rewatch, and Miller was not as bad as social media made it seem. There were some clunker throws. I'm not going to let him off he was pressing on that 3rd and long where he threw the pick 6. You can watch during the broadcast. He has Lacey on a little drag underneath, 3-4 yards downfield. Give him a chance to make a play. Yeah, it's probably not going to get the first, but better than giving the other team 7. There was an out route that should have been intercepted. D-back dropped it. Chris Bell makes a great play on the ball. He threw another out route, like the drive before, that had me puckered up, and Chris Bell made a great play on it to keep it from getting picked. We were flirting with disaster on the out routes, but at least throwing between the hashes, when he actually set his feet and stepped into his throws, like he had a pretty damn good game, like all in all.
Yeah. And Chris Bell did a phenomenal job, too, of getting open, Keith. I mean, just the way he was running his routes, he was definitely running them with a purpose. I'll highlight one play, the touchdown play he had, where it's just pretty route running. And Miller, to your point, was throwing darts between the hashes. I mean, these were some of the hardest balls Miller's thrown all year, throwing for 339 yards, 340 yards on 51 attempts. That's 51 attempts, a lot of throws in a football game. But at that point, I feel like your quick game turns into your short run game. The quick outs, things like that. You start hitting those just so you can stay ahead of the chains, so you can get to your 2nd and 5, so you can get to your 2nd and 4s, things like that. So I was okay with it overall. I loved seeing the kid in a lot of ways like come out of his shell. And that's the Miller Moss we saw in the bowl game, just darting things up, throwing it all around the football field, making great decisions when it came to when to pull a football, when to throw a football, things like that. It was very fun to watch.
I don't know if it's going to be in the game notes or not, but that sexy little read RPO with the swing out to Jalil.
Oh, it's in there.
That's the type of stuff I want to see. Like, that's that good shit.
Yeah, it's fun, man. And like, that's what, whenever we go to these L Club meetings and things that Coach Brom is so gracious to have for like the alumni to come back and watch film, those were things that Brian was highlighting in the year, was the decision making of Miller Moss. That's what you're going to be seeing a lot of. He's not the same ball player as Tyler when it comes to athleticism, clearly, but the way the guy runs the offense and the way he plays the position of quarterback is very unique.
Yeah, and like you talk about some of the things he did well, like when he's at his best is when he's keeping us on schedule and he's not trying to press and not trying to make these gaudy plays. And I don't know what it was, but maybe it was just seeing us down 17-0. He just turned his brain off and went back to actually starting to play football. But
and Jacob and I on the show at Hotworks, we even talked. We're like, man, if we get down, like, do you think Miller Moss can pull us out of a hole? But both of us were like, no, I have zero confidence that can get it done. And here we are eating our words that week. I mean, I've never been happier to eat words, when it came to stuff like that. Man, you could just see the competitiveness come out in him. It was really cool to see him, like, the competitiveness come out in a football player. You could just actively see it in a football game.
It's the first time we've really seen him. And look, some people are more like lead by example type of guys, not really big rah-rah guys. But if you're a quarterback, we want you to at least have a little bit of that rah-rah. And it's the first time we finally got to see Miller Moss in that light. And he went from losing like 70% of the fan base to winning them all back so fast.
It's just like that, man. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately, league?
But like, if that's the Miller Moss we see, if we can not throw the boneheaded pick six straight to a linebacker, like, just, I'll take the occasional out route ball potentially getting jumped if a DB makes a great jump. That Pitt corner made a couple of great plays throughout the course of the game. Just don't make the boneheaded stupid mistake, and we got a puncher's chance against anybody. Like,
and that out route, man, like as we discussed with Reggie Bonifant on that episode, that's like one of the harder balls in football to throw. And Jeff ran that multiple times, and it was bound to get intercepted or be close to getting intercepted once. He did not throw that ball well. It is a hard ball to throw. I mean, 10 to 15 yard out route from the opposite hash, that's a ball that you don't see a lot of NFL players make on Sundays. So it's just tough to drive on it. There's a lot of loop on it. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. Know what else is hard? Our defense. Man, they came out. And look, if you just look at the score sheet, you're going to say, what? They gave up 20 some odd points. And it's like, well, no, one was a pick six. Pitt had a good first scripted drive of the game. Second drive, I think we played great defense on the first touchdown to Blue Hicks, which little salt in the wound there. Like, Jamari Mack, maybe a half a step behind Hicks, but catches up, gets in his hip pocket, extends, deflects the ball. Then Hicks makes a hell of a play and pulls it in. And look, great players are going to make great plays sometimes. So that was.
You would have loved for him to just hold on to that arm there. That's where, like, for me, it's like that's where that half second that you lost with getting beat, that's where the inches matter.
Yeah. And then got beat. Like, it wasn't Mac. It was just like a zone beater or a blown assignment to end the first half after some questionable clock management again, which
that had
very frustrating.
Though. And I'll rewatch that play probably 10 times. I tried to figure out what the hell was going on there. There's nothing. We'll
And
see it
then,
in the game notes. It's in there.
yeah, and then again, bad play for Mac. Got beat by Hicks again, but didn't pout, didn't stop and just accept the touchdown. Stayed with the play, swiped, was able to get him down before the end zone, and that allowed Antonio Watts to make a hell of an interception, arguably saving the game, potentially the season for the Cards. So, like, that's a sort of dog mentality I feel like we were wondering if this secondary had, and a bunch of the guys went out there and showed it. Like, I was pleasantly surprised with the defense as a whole.
That's all effort right there, Keith. I mean, that play is going to be on teach tape for Ron English for years to come. As long as he is a defensive coordinator, it'll be, this is why you never give up on a play or a series right here. You know what happened right here? Yeah, he got beat. He made it up. He didn't quit. He made the tackle. We turned around and made an interception the next play. That's exactly how it's going to go down. And I'm happy that happened. It's a corner you had definitely have to have that DB position short-term memory because big plays happen all the time.
Exactly. Now, the only other thing that leaves me worried about this game before we go ahead and dive into more of the in-depth look, the penalties, man. We're still committing way too many as a team. And so many of them are on the offensive side of the ball, which is the most frustrating thing to me, because you would think, like, look, if the defense is being aggressive, like, hey, you get burnt, commit a pass interference intentionally just to commit a penalty.
Right.
Those penalties I'm okay with. But so many drives we just snuffed out because of either a holding, because of a lot of holdings. We had an unnecessary roughness after a play set us back 15 yards. Like, just stupid stuff. Like, we had 92 yards of penalties. Very rarely are you going to win a game when that happens.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to win a game when that happens. It's the overcompensation for trying to beat your guy, trying to get your head across on a 3 technique or things like that, or you get beat across the inside, so now you have to grab and hold and try and make sure somebody doesn't get killed in the backfield. It's stupid. It's day one stuff. It's frustrating. And it will eventually get us beat. Keith. I mean, like, if you have 92 penalty yards against Miami, that's a loss.
You're going to have a bad time. Only other thing I wanted to highlight on the defense, hell yeah, bowing your neck and not letting Pitt really just sustain drives and beat you, extending drives on like 3rd and 4th down conversions. Pitt was 1 of 10 on 3rd down. 1 of 10. That's insanely good production from the defense on that side of the ball. And then only 1 of 4 on 4th down as well. So really not letting Pitt extend drives, get them behind the sticks a little bit, and you're able to stuff the drive out almost immediately.
It was nice seeing, for me, like, one of the things I watch on defense is seeing how many guys are running the football. It's a very easy thing to pick up on and watch just towards the end of the play. How many guys are loafing? How many guys are jogging down the back end? Because you never know what could happen in a football play. I mean, the ball could pop out, the guy's knee could be down, the ref couldn't see it, and all of a sudden the ball pops into your hands, and it's our ball. Crazy stuff happens within the course of a football game. So for me, seeing all 11 of the football players running to the ball at all times, I mean, it provides for crazy stuff like a punt block and somebody recovers. Like, it's just crazy what happens when you can run to the football.
Yeah, and
you get a pick, you get an interception that seals the game. In football, it's crazy.
Good things happen when you hustle, and we're going to dive into a few more of these plays, get a little bit closer look at Vince's game notes. But before we dive into that, we just want to take a second and give a word to our friends over at Burn Boot Camp. Fellas, football season is here, and if you're looking for a place to get after it like you're still in the locker room, Burn Boot Camp is where you need to be. It's not your typical gym. This is all about community, accountability, and pushing each other to be better every day. Whether you're just getting started or already in game shape, Burn's group workouts have you covered with one-on-one personal training built right in. They've got locations in Louisville, Prospect, and Crestwood, so no excuses about not getting there. Morning, afternoon, evening, they've got classes that fit your busy schedule. And parents, you'll love this. They even offer complimentary child watch. Right now, You can sign up for a free 3-day trial with unlimited workouts. Check Burn Bootcamp online at burnbootcamp.com and see for yourself what it's all about. Then get off the sidelines and get in the game with Burn Bootcamp.
There we go. You gotta love it. So for me, Keith, can you make that a little bit bigger by chance?
This is what I got.
All right, yeah, we'll be fine. All right, for me, right here, Renee Conga is the one to watch right there on the end. It's not bad. It's exactly what you are taught to do at his position, which is if a guy is pulling, you're going to replace it. But for me, coming up just way too high. You can see the next clip right here. Keith's going to show you. Hit the next one, Keith.
I'm trying. Oh, God, nothing's working.
You can see right there, guard's hands are just, or center's hands are just completely engaged in his chest. It's not a good spot, not where you want to be as a defensive lineman. And then Keith's going to let it run right here. Keith, hit the next clip. Yep, perfect. Yeah, that's just, it's not good coming in that high. You're never going to get a good result there.
And just driven back.
Yeah, it's just not good. So this right here should have been an interception, in my opinion. You just got to keep sinking. I don't know why you wouldn't just keep going back. The guy's running right in front of your face. Go ahead and hit the next one, Keith. You'll be able to see the clip a lot better. Runs right in front of his face, and it leads to a big play. Hit the next angle, Keith. Next one's going to show it perfect right here. See his eyes, when you're looking at his head at the start of the play, his eyes are on the quarterback. And he should be able to see out of the corner of his eye that receiver running right past him, with which he should know, I should get out of here. I need to go now, and that's not on the safety. That's on that corner right there to get out of there. Yeah, this was crazy. This was a crazy play. So what I would have loved is for him to right there just continue grabbing, holding onto that arm all the way through. It's a tough play to make. I mean, that's a hell of a catch from Blue Hicks. It's even more of a kick in the balls that it's Blue Hicks, a guy that was here. But right there, that angle, that's where getting beat, Keith. It's just a game of inches. Yes, your speed might be able to make up for some of it, but your technique's going to make up for the rest. And having bad technique's going to, lead to stuff like this happening. And obviously, it's a hell of a football play.
Yeah, but just to go back, like sort of what you were talking about with wanting to hold, after he tips the ball, you're free game to do what you want. Now, that's something a lot of people who watch ball know, but if you aren't completely familiar, you can beat the hell out of a guy once you've tipped the ball. So
that's why they tell you to swipe down with it so you can grab and pull at the arm at the same time that you're reaching through, or to punch up through it and to punch up through the arms.
Yeah, didn't get a hold of the arm there, and then he's able to come back and make that snag. That's enough of that.
Yeah. For me right here, I loved the footwork from Miller Moss. I thought it was great blocking from the offensive line, and I thought this was a phenomenal ball. So go ahead and let this one ride out. Right here, you just see his feet just settle good, and just delivers a dart to Nate. Yes, this is what I was expecting from Miller Moss coming into the season.
So, and now this was something like I was tweeting about it during the game. This is what I was talking about, like when I'm tweeting through the game and talking about being on or off platform. This is on platform. He's stepping into his throw. He's got that drive on the back leg, and he's firing through. Again, just to try and educate some of the football audience who might be newer, might not know exactly all the terminology and things like that. This is what we're talking about when we're talking driving through the ball. Standing, good poise, and actually throwing the ball instead of fading and doing almost like a fadeaway jumper off that back foot.
Hit the next one. I'm going to highlight some offensive line play. You're going to love this, Keith. Watch the guard right here. Slides, bam, keeps his feet, slides. I mean, that's textbook right there. Richard Owens is going to use this as teach tape right there. I mean, hands inside, great base. I mean, plays the pick perfectly. That is great.
Musa got a lot of grief during this game. This was a damn good rep from Lance Robinson, and good job on the handoff with Musa here, giving a clean pocket and a throw-in lane for Miller to go to.
Yep. That is, I mean, Miller Moss taking off for dinner after this one. This is great. This
Also,
is the only reason you completed this ball.
Jordan Church, I believe, finding work. Like he sets up, no one's home. Yeah. You mother.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sets up, gets the switch, no one's home, finds work, works the nose guard, keeps eyes up. Good rep.
Now, this is not a good rep. So right here, obviously bad ball, as Keith highlighted earlier, there's Colin Lacey's right over the middle right here. This is a freshman mistake from a fifth-year senior. You got to make these completions. This is a huge moment in the game right here. I mean, 10-0. So yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
How are you not? My thing is, how are you not seeing that? You're seeing the route behind it. How are you not seeing the route in front of it? That's where I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know if he can't see over the line with Robinson and Niagara working or what's going on there. Because, I mean, Coach Brom talked about it yesterday, I believe, just locking on to one receiver and trying to force it. Look, it's 3rd and 15. You don't want to take the check down, but Colin Lacey's a playmaker. You got to trust your guy to make a play.
I mean, and you never know what happens. You hit this check down right here, and yeah, we might have to punt, but we pin them way deeper than what happens.
Yeah, instead of throwing into, it looks like just like deep cover 2 look, if I had to guess, not being able to see the whole field. Because you just see them bail out immediately. Bop.
Those corners probably just kept sinking with those routes. So yeah, probably some form of cover 2.
Yeah.
And it's just not good.
Yeah, and I mean, you tell the linebackers, get back to the sticks, don't give up whatever you can short, and you can go make the tackle. So
exactly. That's one that you're sitting there as a linebacker, you're like, surely to God, he doesn't throw this to me. He threw it to you. So take it while you can, I guess. Right here, I love this from Chris Bell. I have a small yellow line drawn up there. It's the spacing that Chris Bell has from the sideline. When you're running this back shoulder fade, you want to give Miller Moss enough room to throw that football on the back shoulder and for you to get both feet inbounds. And Chris Bell does a great job of it, and Miller Moss does a phenomenal job of delivering a strike right here. This is a ball that I 100% think should be thrown more. You all used to see Coach Fitzpatrick talk about this ball all the time on Twitter. He used to say this is the ball that needs to be thrown all the time. And it's just a dime of a ball. He gets 2 feet in. This is an NFL catch right here.
Yeah, and Miller had a few of these back shoulder passes in this game. There was one that hit for like a solid 20-some-odd yards, but I can't remember who was the receiver on the play. Dropped it, making contact with the ground, and didn't hold on to it. But they were giving these back shoulder balls all game.
Oh, it's always there, Keith. It's always there. It's just up to the wide receiver and quarterback to – I mean, this is a real off-season ball that you work on throwing for sure. This is a chemistry thing, and I mean, Miller Moss is he looked like a damn good quarterback this day, and the chemistry was on. All right, hit the next one. So we got right here the punt turnover. This one was just honestly great effort. I love gunners on the football field. They are dudes that just play with nothing but relentless effort. One of my favorite teammates, Lamarquez Thomas, was a gunner, and he would just fly down the field, and plays like this would happen all. This is just what happens when you take every single rep seriously. And I mean, Carl Maslowski, it's very easy to play for that guy. Coach Maz is a fun coach to play for. So making plays like this on special teams is no surprise.
Also, not just gunners, we got the long snapper downfield as well. Like that's the one.
Every punt.
Yeah, look, you're not covered as a long snapper. So while some people say, oh, your one job is snap the ball, it's like, no, that's not true, man. You got to get down there. You're the first line of defense running downfield. So
right.
Long snapper, there's a reason he's all conference, I believe preseason potential All-American, a long snapper. Dude got down there quick, and I think he was the one who ended up recovering the quote-unquote fumble at the end of the play, but
I mean, that's just idiotic play right there from number, I think, 27 from Pitt.
Yeah.
That's just idiotic, man.
Because you have the push right 21, there.
21, something like that.
23, 21, something. But yeah, just a little push. And was it enough to make him make contact? I mean, he probably could have dove out of the way, but that's not your job as a defender. So
No. I'm sure it was, honestly, I bet his momentum was already just going forward. And I doubt that push even did anything. So this is the first time in show history, Keith, though, that we've had back-to-back special teams highlights. So Coach Maz better give me a firm high five at tailgate.
I love that.
Go ahead and run this right here. I love it. I mean, this is just being in your preparation. This is it's great. Watch. Salah recovered it, right? Or Selah Brown recovered it, right?
I believe it was Selah. I just wish right here. You got to rumble, young man. Wes, you got to have your eyes up blocking.
People think his role is just to go. Oh, yeah. Oh, you see punt, just go. Like that people just assume, but run it through, Keith, and you'll see Selah strikes his guy, bam, sheds. And like he was more ready to make a football play than he was to recover a fumble, and that's why he made this play.
Also, I think that's Denzel Lowry, who just comes and blows up the punter, him and AJ Green.
I love it. I love when
I just
defenseless.
I hate that they made the tackle here because I wanted to see Selah rumble.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to watch Chris Bell right here at the bottom of your screen. This is beautiful route running. I talked about it earlier in the show. Chris is going to run this. The big thing with receiver is making sure all your routes look like a go route. And Chris does that well, but Chris also works to the inside. And Chris knows that he wants to beat half that man and get over and stack his guy. And Keith, hit the next clip. You're going to be able to see just beautiful. See him win that inside hand placement. He knows with that swipe right there, I got him beat. The swipe on the shoulder, he knows he's got him beat. Bam. And I think we have one more angle. We might have one more angle of this. No, just the one. Right here we have just a straight up blown coverage. This is an awful way to end the half. I mean, just absolutely awful. It's honestly just not being all there. You have to know down a distance. You have to know the time, know where they're going to be attacking on the football field. I mean, it's 1st and 10, 26 seconds left. What do you think they're going to be doing, Keith? Trying to throw the ball downfield, obviously. And it's frustrating whenever, the defense plays as well as they did in the second half, but you have bonehead plays like this to end the half that just leave you puzzled.
Puzzled's one way to put it.
Yeah, you can't even see. Yeah, they ended up. It's oh my god.
And the most frustrating thing on this is like the defensive line gets good pressure. Like they force him to get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
Like Clev wins inside. AJ gets held. You could have argued should have been a call, but when a guy's that wide open.
It's pitch and catch. It's frustrating. You can see the arms down right there. That's a pouty arm. That's a pouty arm run right there. That's
oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
man.
This is chewed on Monday. All right here we have. I love Miller staying calm in the pocket. No reason to run around. Chris having the awareness right here to know where you're at on the football field and just to inch back some and stay friendly with the quarterback is just high level wide receiver play. Go ahead and run it through, Keith. Wins his route on the inside. Let me just drift back some. Yep. That's all about just staying friendly, knowing where the defenders are in relation to you. So watch number 3. As number 3 is peeling off to take the inside, Chris is just going to drift back. Because 15, the corner down at the bottom of the screen can't cover Isaac and Chris at the same time.
Yep, he just sits, finds the hole in the zone. Miller leads him, pitch and catch.
Yep, this is great. This is kind of a scramble drill in some ways. I mean, Miller's not running around back there scrambling, but Chris's route has definitely, ended at that point. This is bad leverage for me, losing the rep inside. This is definitely frustrating. You hit the next one. As soon as he opens his hips like this, it's over. Route's lost. Same thing with Chris Bell. We just watched. As soon as your hips are open and he can throw your arm off the shoulder because you don't have good leverage. You're not on the hip at that point. So as soon as he can throw your arm off the shoulder, he knows the route's won. Play it through, Keith. I think we got to – yep. And bombs away. Now, the effort, staying with the play, not giving up, I love all that stuff because it leads to this right here, man. This is what football is all about. You can't sit there and dwell on a play that just happened, a couple seconds ago. You have to saddle back up and go and play the next play. So going and playing the next play leads to this. And Keith, this is awesome, man. Because last year, what did we say the whole season? How can we stop a wheel? Why can't they cover a wheel? What is going on? So they probably drilled this 100 times in the offseason. They probably drilled this 100 times in the red zone for game prep. And that's what, that's what I love the most is you can see the coaching in real time right here. You can see, okay, we sucked at this last year. We improved on it this year.
Yeah. And like what makes this play, and I'll pause it just during the video to see, it's something that we've already seen sort of the benefits of as the year's gone on. We're putting our hands up when we know we're not going to get home more. So Caleb Perry, TJ Quinn, both coming off the edge. They both see like it's condensed field. Quarterback's probably going to go for the quick out because of the leverage of the design of the play. Put your hands up and bat the ball or force the QB to put it in the air and buy your guy some time to make a play.
And just going now.
Yep.
Watch. I mean, he just goes. You have to just commit to it. You know what the route's going to be. You just have to get the right angle and perfect. Yep. Going under that right there is huge too. If he goes over top of that, he's not making that play.
Yeah, and you see him lowering his shoulder to rip inside almost to make sure he gets underneath that cross and pick route.
That's that old get skinny thing I wasn't good at.
Once in its full entirety just because of how beautiful it is. What a snag. Guy did it once against Washington last year, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Odell Beckham Jr.
Hey, do more. Do more of it. I don't care. Do it more. I love it. I love right here Miller Moss being able to just navigate the pocket. Let me see what else I had. Not getting flustered and just being able to deliver a strike. I mean, as I've said in multiple clips, this is what I expected Miller Moss to be whenever we initially got him. Run it through Keith. I really enjoyed his footwork on this. Look at that. Just being able to sit there and go through all his reads, bounce around in the pocket with no worries in the world. I mean, kudos to the offensive line, too. Look at that right there. Just nothing. Driving guys back, driving guys out of there.
And it's something you really noticed in the second half, Miller, just trusting the offensive line to keep the pocket more. And again, staying in and throwing on platform. Rasheed Miller's in the way of the back leg, but you could see he's driving through the back leg, through that plant foot, and actually putting some zip on the ball downfield. This is what you want your quarterback doing, and this is when Miller Moss is at his best. And look at this piss missile he throws. This is a dart.
This was a rocket. Yep.
First down.
Next one, too, we're going to talk about Miller's feet. What I love is him looking off the safety right here. If he doesn't look the safety off, this probably isn't a ball he's going to complete. Bam, right there. Now, that little hitch in that look right here to there is what opens that up because the safety now is dropping this way. And then as soon as Miller opens right there, he's got to throw that now because that safety is going to come downhill and break, which he does. And Miller delivers a great ball. And Chris makes a great catch on it.
Yeah, getting hit immediately on contact, catching the ball, and still bringing it down. That's why guys think so highly of you and expect Chris Bell to play on Sundays.
Exactly. So what we're going to do right here is, I mean, this was a phenomenal play call from Jeff, even better decision-making from Miller Moss. I would love, before this play starts, I would love to know the percentage on Miller Moss pulling it on these read options. I bet it's in like single digits or teens, Keith. But we're going to get Colin Lacey's going to motion out. That's just going to give Miller Moss a read of what all the defense is going to be getting. It's also going to be getting our lead blocker out there. He's going to be reading this end man on the line of scrimmage. Jaleel Skinner's job is just to basically get out of there. He might throw a high school Harry in there, but really just to get out and stay open and friendly with the quarterback and be that relief for Miller Moss to dump the ball off to him and run it through, Keith. This is beautiful play calling from Jeff right here.
Pull it. They commit to the run. And then it's just an easy swing out. You get a block. He doesn't hold. He just gets a body, doesn't hold, and Skinner's got plenty of a lane.
That's
like right there.
Keith, is getting them to commit to the run, getting those guys to commit to it.
Like that. That's such a good tendency breaker call because This is the first time we've seen anything like this year, and honestly, I don't recall seeing much like this at all during the Brom era, which drives me crazy because I love these concepts.
This is all
But
Scott Satterfield play.
so, and again, Colin Lacey right here, huge job blocking. He's getting beat with the spin, but he just get in the way. Don't hold, get in the way, and that's what he did. And made a play. And
I can't tell if Miller's throwing up a touchdown sign right there, or if he's
no, don't hit me. I don't have the
touch him,
ball.
don't touch him, don't touch him, don't touch him. Yeah.
La 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 la. You will never get this.
Yep, love it. All right, next clip right here. I believe we're only going to rush 4, but nonetheless, it's going to be a sack, and it's based off of effort. I mean, it wasn't anything else but effort. That's what I love the most. I said it early on, is the effort from the guys right here. Play it through, Keith. Or we end up rushing 5. Yeah, so just 5 on 5, beat your guy, win.
Yep.
I mean,
and
that's almost a coverage sack, Keith.
Yeah, but a great job utilizing leverage from Renee here. So he gets inside of the guard. He's kind of pinched between the guard and the center. So the guard's going to overcommit from this spot to try and come over. Easy swim move to get back over the top by Renee, and then it's a free ride to the quarterback as long as the ball's still there. So thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Come
it's
again.
kind of a coverage. It's kind of a coverage sack in some ways because, I mean, we didn't run any crazy stunts right there. It looked like D-line slanted, and we obviously brought a guy off the edge. But, I mean, DB's got to hold on there for us to be able to get that sack.
It just feels weird to say that, like, a play that takes us 3 seconds to get to the quarterback is a coverage sack. But it is, especially in today's day and age where guys are getting the ball out so fast. So,
yeah. All right, next clip for me.
Yep, we're here.
Oh, are we already here? Yeah. All right. So what I love is TJ Quinn. Obviously, he's the guy that gets the interception, but what we talked about last week versus Bowling Green were the bad drops. Guys just not getting the right depth and width with what they're doing and not turning their head, keeping their head solely on the quarterback. What I want you guys to watch is TJ's head right here and how much his head moves and how aware he is of the routes that are going on around him. He takes the perfect drop for it. This wasn't whoopsie daisy throw by the quarterback here. This was great coverage by TJ Quinn.
And this is something we've been begging TJ to do for the last 2 years.
Get in that throwing lane, man. It's perfect. You just watch his head turn and then turns the other way off screen, and great job.
And I'm really happy that he got this because, man, after that first dropped interception, man, I was saying some very mean things about TJ. So I'm really happy. Not one, he got 2 to make up for it, but man, he dropped the easiest one.
Yeah, he dropped the easiest one for sure. This is a great play about him, man. Great play. You love seeing a senior come up with plays like this.
Yeah.
This right here, great job, Miller Moss, with selling on the fake right here, off-platform throw, putting it in a spot where only Nate's going to catch this football. That's the key. We used to struggle with Lee Cunningham with getting him to throw balls to the back of the end zone, and Miller Moss did a great job of executing it right here. This is just trust the play call, trust that Nate's going to be there because you've got 2 dudes ready to hit you in the grill.
So before the play, I just want to say I am not an advocate of throwing off platform if you don't have to. And this was maybe the one play in this game where Miller put it on target when he was throwing off platform. So I'm just going to roll through to the throw real quick just to say what I'm talking about.
Watch Nate's route too. Nate runs the perfect route path on this. If he goes under, this is probably covered.
Yeah, and I love that. I'm assuming the design Miller hit the back pylon. So, if you look at how he's throwing, this is not where you want to be throwing the ball out of. His feet are together. He's jumping off towards that back leg away from the direction he's throwing the ball. Yeah. So significantly less zip is going to be on this ball, but he's able to float it in the right spot, and Kariski goes in and makes a hell of a play.
That's drill work, Keith. This is almost teach tape for Brian Brom right here because, they put those buckets, the big basket for the football as we do a challenge for it now for the home games. that's what these are designed for. You put them in the corner of the end zone and you let guys throw off platform, or just normal fade balls and stuff like that. I mean, look at Nate go up and get one. I hear you, kid. I love it.
I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, Nate Kariski's just old reliable. This kid's an athlete, full extension to make this play and come down with the ball once in its entirety.
You see what I mean with the route path?
Bam.
Go back, we'll watch it one more. Watch his route path. If he goes under, he's hitting Colin Lacey right here. So he runs into Colin Lacey if he goes under that. So going over is just, it's so pretty. You love it.
We'll show. Right here. If he goes underneath the safeties, like what you're talking about, you've got the row of people, you got the linebacker row right here.
End up running into Lacey.
And then you've got your safeties back here. So Kariski knows, hey, let's get to the end zone. Lacey's a
Open
more
space.
targeted threat, can draw the safeties up a bit.
Open space. Find the open space. Beautiful.
What a play. Athlete.
This is exactly how they teach you to play whenever you're pass rushing. Keith, you should know this based off one-on-ones with offensive line. If they get too far upfield, they're just going to come right back down the quarterback. That's what they teach. That's what they teach you to do. So right here, this is beautiful. And anytime linebacker or a D lineman asks their coach, "Oh, why am I I ran past him? Why am I spinning back and running back through the offensive line?" This is why you end up with sacks. This is awesome. Again, effort.
Yep.
Keep going. Dive at his ankles. It's awesome. Runs past, sticks a foot in the ground, get back, get vertical, and get a sack.
And Gerard as well. Bench pressure man off you. That's why you want to get your hands inside, get that inside leverage. So you drive him back. You're probably not going to get a sack as a defensive tackle 9 times out of 10. But if your edge rushers force that quarterback to come up, you get your opportunity, and you get to make a QB sandwich.
Yep. Beautiful play.
Splat.
All right, and we got the interception to end the game. This right here was honestly just a bad ball. I thought it was just a bad ball.
Also, what is 55 for Pittsburgh's pass pro? He's mid-hop right now. Just unfortunate pause timing for him, because that looks terrible.
Yeah, go ahead and play it through, Keith. Great pass rush. He's got to make something happen. And, I mean, TJ, again, in the right spot with his drop, knowing where – I mean, that's just moving our head, knowing.
I'm going to see if I can get a full extension. We gave it to Nate. We got to give it to TJ. Close enough. Athlete.
As close as you're going to get it. Yep. Athlete. This was awesome, man. TJ Quinn making 2 plays like that. Man, where we've had a lot of questions and a lot of, where's he at? Where's he at on the year? Is he going to step up? Stepped up in a couple big ways last Saturday. So it was awesome to see.
It was really happy because we knew as soon as Stanquan got hurt, like, oh, TJ's got to step up and make some plays. He stepped up big time in this game. So with that, we know the game's getting ready to start. So we want to hop in real quick just to wrap up the episode. Helmet stickers and MVPs. So first off, we'll start with some helmet stickers. You make a one-handed, although technically it was like a two-handed bat, one-hand to one-hand interception. You make an interception at the goal line, you get a helmet sticker. Antonio Watts, good games are just becoming expected from him at this point. Like, he's truly developed into one of the best players on this Louisville defense, earning that number 9 jersey he's wearing. So helmet sticker for Watts.
Agree. Yeah, completely agree. I mean, he is like Marvin Dallas if Marvin Dallas was under control. That's how Jacob would put it for sure.
A couple other helmet stickers on the defensive side of the ball. Clev Lubin, again, not a huge game in the stat sheet, but really just made a lot of plays that you expect good football players to make. Continuously applied pressure throughout the course of the game. I don't think he got home with a sack, but still, he laid a licking on Holstein one throw. It's friggin' great. Renee Conga gave him some flowers earlier as well. He played a really great game on the defensive side of the ball. Offense, just for helmet stickers. Duke Watson got banged up. It was a hilarious, 30 seconds of television clip. Sideline reporter gets told, yeah, Duke Watson's not dressing for the second half. So she reports Duke Watson is out for the remainder of the game. And then it immediately cuts to like the broadcast team calling a play. And that's a handoff to Duke Watson for 6 yards.
Remember when Duke Watson showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl?
Then they go back to the sideline reporter. And she's like, well, I got told by Jeff Brum that Watson wasn't playing in the second
You think
half.
Jeff was just sitting over there like, do you think they told him yet?
I think the training staff probably told Jeff he wasn't going to be good to go, and Duke told the training staff, the fuck that. Yes, I am.
Yeah, Duke overruled. Yeah.
Obvious great receiving days from Chris Bell and Colin Lacey. Both of them put up big games. I think Bell cracked 100. Oh, Bell had 135. I think Lacey cracked 100. Let me check real quick. 95. So just short. You know what? You had 2 kick returns on the season. We'll give it to you anyway. So Bell and Lacey, helmet stickers. The 2 tight ends, a couple of touchdowns. Jaleel Skinner, Nate Kariski, helmet stickers, and athletes.
Yes, 100%. Athletes more than anything. That was awesome.
And then MVP, I think we both agree on this. TJ Quinn was a weapon in the run game. 2 interceptions, should have been 3, but you got 2, so we'll let you off the hook this week, TJ. Great game defensively.
Another MVP. I mean, Keith, we can't do this show without mentioning the fact that Z completely fought for his life out there.
That is true.
I love our equipment staff. Ed O'Connell and those guys are amazing in there, and to no surprise, I mean, his story behind it is pretty funny because you can hear his interview he did with Wake Up Barstool, I believe. He was talking about Ed, and this is a conversation I can see him and Ed having. Like, look, Z, like, make sure these footballs get back now. I can just see this conversation happening between the 2 of them.
I'm gonna have to start working some back channels. I'm gonna see if I can get Z on the pod. I remember it was an open practice, and I can't remember if it was the one you came to or not over the fall camp. The automated down marker, the one that's like got the LED screen or something like that, like the connection just wasn't working. So the down marker was busting. And I remember it was Z. People were chewing his ass out because the down marker because he wasn't marking the downs. He's like, it's broken. What do you want me to do? It's like,
I mean, the kid had so much fight on Saturday. And honestly, Keith, like Pat Narduzzi should issue some form of like a statement of some sort, in my opinion. You got 2 players over there just completely manhandling a ball boy. Like,
they're just going to put his name in that shitty little Voss.
Yeah, I mean, like, Narduzzi should reach out in some form. I mean, Z's done nothing but take the high road here, too, but way better than what I would be saying.
That man went to the Gregory Brum Media School of Training. I'm guessing he got a crash course on the way back from the game.
I mean, that was sick. That was sick. I love it. I love when our equipment stuff gets to shine like that.
And, you know, I'm going to pull out a secret extra game ball because we relied on you a lot this game. 51 pass attempts, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns. We haven't given him one all year. Let's give Miller Moss a game ball as well. Good job,
he
kid.
Definitely deserves it.
And again, we talked about if Miller Moss plays like he did 90% of that game, we got a puncher's chance against any team in the country.
Yeah,
it's just
I completely agree.
Cut out the dumb shit, and we're there. So
y'all should have seen my listeners, and you should have seen my face as I told you the last play I saw at this wedding, and then for me to go back to my phone and see y'all just going crazy about how well Miller's playing, I'm like, what kind of world am I living in right now? This is amazing. And of course, my buddy Steve's like, they do better when we don't watch.
So, helmet sticker for you for not watching to bring the good vibes back.
Yeah.
And helmet stickers for the Pink Seats party deck as well, hanging out with us throughout the course of the show. Andy Paz, Alex Presley, Crunch Hab, Trey, Coliseum, Anthony. If I missed
Personally,
you, I'm
Coach Petrino has not called me. No, I saw your message earlier. Coach Petrino has not called me or texted me. No, I'm not too. And then
You don't want to go call the Hogs?
Phone number, nor do I think he knows my name.
So, I want to give a huge thanks to the Party Deck for hopping in and making this show as fun as it is as always. Huge thanks to the folks tuning in, watching us on Twitter. If you haven't already and you're watching like a rerun, if this popped up in your feed or something, get on over to the State of Louisville YouTube channel. Little tongue twister there. Get subscribed. We got football, we got basketball getting ready to ramp up here soon with starting 502. We got baseball with 3rd and Central. They were doing a ton of live shows during the College World Series run that the team went on last year. And then we got It's 502 Somewhere, which is like us dipping our toe into a little bit of like a journalism interview style show. We've really put out some compelling episodes over there. So if you like us and you've been with us this far, hop in, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, all the other cringy things they say, because it really helps us out. If you're listening to the audio version of the pod, make sure you hit that follow button, rate us, review us, unsubscribe, resubscribe, re-rate, re-review, do all of that good stuff. And get ready, folks. We got a ranked matchup coming up this weekend.
Yes.
So we'll be back. We'll be live on Thursday to talk against top 25 Virginia. So
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? But that said, that's Vince Lococo. I'm producer Keith. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of From the Pink Seats podcast. And as always, go Cards!